welcome back to another episode of Uncle Owen's Barbecue. I'm Dr. Afra, and this is certainly a great day to be a collector. We've been so busy enjoying what we have that we haven't been looking for anything new. So we grabbed up some credits, traveled far beyond Anchorhead, and sought to acquire a few droids, recruit some humans, or maybe even an alien.
Well, hey, you said there weren't going to be any aliens.
I meant more aliens.
We arrived back at Homestead to unload the new ingredients and get cooking. But first, elegantly arranging our shelf candies VC 271 through 343 means finding the right place where they can all be swallowed up. After that...
Wait, Doctor, look.
Ooh. Give me some forceps. I might be able to catch it in his colon.
Let's just say that we checked all the boxes. And we'll begin with the alien who is most commonly accused of being, at the very least, sizable.
It's much bigger than you.
Without any further delay, we'll begin our introductions with Garazeb Aurelios, Vintage Collection Deluxe. Fresh from the pool and still wearing his onesie swimsuit, he is a natural eye double for Michael Jackson's Thriller alter ego, who is equipped with his bow rifle in two configurations that without, he wouldn't be complete. Better known as Zeb, show respect to an officer and call him Captain. Or Cap.
Captain Cap. It's what we call him.
Beyond his rank is a weapon belonging to anyone who was an honor guard of Lasan. What can one gain by allowing the deluxe Zeb admittance into their collection? After all, he isn't the only one of his kind. The deluxe Zeb is sporting a serious face, unlike the HasLab TVC Ghost exclusive, which expresses a desire to enjoy causing accidental large-scale destruction.
But it was so much money.
Based on the Ralph McQuarrie's concept art of Chewbacca, I think it might be the closest thing to a Gundark, apart from a Durlock, if you're lucky enough to ever find one. The only problems that make this figure less deluxe are localized to the arms and their lack of motion regarding a more open stance.
Where's that stupid dog? Oh, there he is. Open the window!
But before you start throwing things in protest, know that the long stride Zeb's legs are capable of, along with the range of motion in his ankles, pushes this into one of our top 5 deluxe figures.
Not so fast.
And that's before I mention not needing to put either weapon away in storage while displaying it. Dark Trooper, VC 271. When we saw it in the deluxe and battle damage version, we knew that this was going to happen.
No.
And it is everything the aforementioned deluxe variant is, minus the charging station.
And for the man who has everything, a Tyrek motor.
With enough of any two of these is fine, I suppose, but all three really give you some options. Like the other Dark Troopers, the head has the red light option built in to illuminate these automatons, if only to have a green lightsaber-wielding Jedi cut through them like butter.
Oh, I'm sure that's gonna be okay. I'm sorry.
And not only does it have a custom Dark Trooper sidearm that attaches to the leg, it also arrives with a ready-to-punch-a-large-door featured fist. And I don't have to talk you into this figure. If you're a fan of the Dark Trooper, you're waiting just as I am for the Moff Gideon Light Cruiser hallway. I can always wait until then to try convincing you.
Very well. I'll bide my time.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, VC 290. Like the Dark Trooper, this is another character's third variant made from the TV shows. And while this is an absolutely perfect figure for the Vader's final duel, while he was still but a learner,
It is kind of nice.
this Kenobi doesn't have to become trapped in that station. There are other places that he can go, and many chances to become involved with stupid things in order to help others.
We've all done some stupid things in our lives. For example, I remember a time when I dropped some bottle rockets in the toilet and I tried to dry them off in the microwave.
And at the risk of sounding like a Tatooine tour guide, he can find employment with the Jawas at the Mos Eisley spaceport, or with an assorted species of poachers who might assist the former Jedi in finding a crate dragon to imitate. No matter where you place him, he will surely have it where it counts. The articulation for one is fantastic, from neck to the ankles, wrists, and back, while not neglecting all other joints. And just look at that hair. Gorgeous locks, and a Demeter showing complete focus while dressed for a muddy day of Woodstock.
How'd you get that greasy look? Combing your hair with a pork chop?
Nevertheless, you can't deny this Obi-Wan, and you probably shouldn't question him regarding droid ownership either. Those inquiries always lead to being asked for identification, and that's just another demand that you can't expect this devotee to the Force to heed.
You're still clinging to your faith?
Darth Vader, VC 291. Recently, I suggested not wanting any more of the same thing.
Meaning?
Specifically, photogenically carded duplicates or doubled variants, Darth Vaders, Stormtroopers, Clone Troopers, Mandalorians, such as X-Wolves, or repeat Din Djarins.
Let's just back it up a moment.
But I am happy to say that it is still a well-placed and uncompromised concern, as VC-291 was always on our list to pick up, and now that we have another accurate in all the ways that matter battle-damaged Dark Lord of the Sith to enjoy, we can rededicate ourselves to that which we continue to not want.
I'm just a little confused here.
In any event, no matter if you like this figure or loathe it, please know that not I nor anyone at Uncle Owen's Barbecue had anything to do with it. Despite our non-involvement in its production, Vader is still a character I take very seriously. Sure, he's my boss, but it's not like I'm getting paid to say that I love this guy.
I see that now.
First, the helmet, the left side of which has been hewn by a lightsaber strike delivered as a final lesson by a cracked head teacher.
That got a crack in his head, if you ask me.
The look on Anakin's face underneath the dark dome shows a man displeased. His chest plate is busted from a series of aggressive close-quarter attacks by Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Lucky punch, but he's a street fighter, and I told you never to fight a street fighter.
The soft goods do not disappoint either. The bottom of the Dark Lord's cape has been tattered by the battle, and I think even when I'm elderly and become afflicted by the cost that being old brings, such as my 20/20 vision, that I'll never stop seeing the beauty in this variant.
Wait, how'd I get here? I think I'm cracked in the head.
My final thought on VC-291 is that Darth Vader is powerful, but he is human and therefore inherently flawed by design. This figure represents the dichotic fact of mortality. Loss can make us feel grounded. We become smaller than we believed ourselves to be. Loss can connect us.
That's cute.
Finn, VC-308. Did you like the 2015 3.75-inch Finn?
No, I don't think he's that big.
I'm talking about Finn from the 3-inch Black Series.
And 3/4.
Wouldn't you like the release of TVC Finn to be an improvement in some fashion?
Too bad.
It is the same figure, slightly repainted, but basically the same.
Same, but different. But still same.
It works extremely well for any scene you can think of recreating from The Force Awakens. I can't debate that fact. Hasbro sure knows how to make an action figure.
It's actually really interesting how they do it. It's this one company.
But that is where it stops. Useful for scenes both few and far between, and tardy for what could have been considered a reasonable TVC release date for any main character from the sequel trilogy.
God, that went south so fast!
Also, even if Finn's black Stormtrooper undershirt was mended while he was asleep in his waterbed painting gown in Last Jedi, he changed into and was wearing a white shirt. If you were also looking forward to the white shirt Finn with a ton more POA being released in TVC, it's only taken 9 years for us to get something that was passed up for what could have been VC-124. So Last Jedi Finn should be out any day now.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
Grogu, VC-313. Let's be honest, this is not a bubble-carded Shreddarian figure that we needed. But we weren't looking for the green hero inside, so he didn't need to show up.
Where's your gun?
Neither was it something desperately needed for the accessory Beskar chainmail tunic, since we already received it in the Luke Skywalker TVC Deluxe.
Been there.
The reason that we want this is for the included pram's mesmerizing similarity to a beach ball. When you get close, you'll realize that it isn't a spherical object used for recreation.
No.
But there isn't any ocean shore close in which to frolic, and therefore certainly no beach. However, a pram is even better than a non-inflatable tool which aids in safe playtime. Once blaster fire starts, you can hide in the pram, if you're small enough. This brand new pram has 3 configurations. Doubling the last Grogu's pram capabilities straight up to 4 would have been better.
Yeah, he could have gone straight up. Obviously, should have gone straight up.
But this is fine. It's better than an open or shut variant. However, like VC-184, VC-313 comes with a removable base, enhancing the accessory which stands apart as its own inanimate character without dialogue or consciousness.
Whatever the hell that is.
An additional exclusive option also duplicated in this version, making even more available scenes, and therefore More reasons to buy more than one. Ezra Bridger, VC319. This is a treat. They stepped up the process at the factory, pumping out things of beauty. Another upgrade to their cartoonish qualities when making live-action forms. We saw this with the entrance of the Grand Inquisitor. But I have one valid problem with this figure, which is too late for an alteration. So with the Hero of Lothal, I think the card back should match the figure. Or at least, an included accessory could have come as a tiny hologram. Something tells me that it's going to happen. And then I'll be unhappy that number 319 reserved a table with us. But VC319 will still work as the final Ezra from Rebels, probably standing very close to the VC296 Admiral Thrawn, and with scratches more than likely inflicted on him by the Loth Cap.
No means no!
This appears to be the same mold, but we won't know for sure until the Ghost finally arrives. HK87, Brown and Tan variant, VC330. This is what I like to see, multiple versions of the same type of droid. And as an added bonus, it was actually seen on screen. If you like them or not, you might learn to enjoy their connection and continuity, and will use them in recreating your favorite Ahsoka moments. Because now that it is part of this expansive molded family, the HK87 has its place too.
Okay, I don't like them.
The HK87 VC294 is the same droid as the HK87 VC330, with no retooling necessary. Just a simple repaint to make it stand out, and stand out it does. So much, in fact, that the rule we have about the need for a leader among a group hereby promotes this droid to Commander.
That last part I made up, but the rest of it, I swear, was true.
If you don't want him to have that rank, you can tell that quiet killer that he's been demoted. Even cyborgs would be too scared to take on that job, and I won't do it. I like living.
So do I.
Instead of bargaining with them, you should save time and cut it to pieces. But with any real luck, it didn't just hear us talking about him behind his back.
I'm gonna tell him the whole thing was your idea.
Cobb Vanth, VC343. At the risk of getting you so mad you'll engage in a fistfight with a Padawan Kenobi, let's get the bad things out of the way first. The white cords protruding from the upper right shoulder blade cannot be removed from the right forearm gauntlet. And, to make matters worse, neither gauntlet can be discarded. The helmet is also not a helmet. It is an alternate head. So we may need to consult an expert on what one does with something once it's headless.
The rest of your putty little boy body will be left here.
We have been made to deal with this problem of some designers knowing or not knowing the dimensions of a character's body and producing a character with the improper sized attire for that character, especially when they didn't have to.
I didn't?
Well, what? Of course you didn't!
But we needed a Cobb Vanth, and had featured him in an early episode of today's special many moons ago. So in the end, we are happy with its release and larger card back to frame next to VC211 Din Djarin. I can't wait until we get a Marshal Vanth from Book of Boba Fett, and an unlocking Mandalorian armor approach.
Don't count your chickens, Buster.
Vanth comes with some gear that he can separate himself from. The jetpack also holds a special treat, a detachable warhead. The bandana can be taken off, but the right knee sports an addition that I don't really think makes a nevermind. Some sort of candy bar holster.
Hey!
Twix?
The armor is tarnished with a carbonized blemish from being unsuccessfully digested by a now destroyed Sarlacc. Boba Fett is often imitated, but never duplicated. Cobb Vanth has no reason to emulate anyone, as he is a seemingly fearless lone gunslinger in his own right, even without second-hand stolen family heirlooms.
Just stole my pay!
If we had to pick our most impressive from this list for overall form and function, Zeb wins the blue ribbon.
Maybe you knew I was going to do that. Maybe you didn't.
We hope we've impressed you enough to give us a second look. If so, we suggest either of our other two series. For the figures that have not yet been released, tune into today's special. And for the favorite variants for each main character, there is always compliments to the chef. I think you find that each choice has many somethings that you're going to enjoy.
Just wait till you meet my variants.
And that's not all. If you want to show us that we succeeded in entertaining you, there is a button for this purpose. And ringing the bell will ensure a reservation with us.
Okay.
That's right, one seat at our best table for any future order.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Don't forget to subscribe, and take a moment to add to this episode by leaving a comment. Thank you for stopping in. I'm Dr. Afra, and I can't wait to see you back for something fantastic right here at Uncle Owen's Barbecue.
You'll see.